I'm dealing with an issue now with a client of mine. I've been working with him for a few months, and all of a sudden he's on a road trip and he hasn't called and I haven't heard from him. It's been almost a week. I'm just really stuck.
How many of you can relate to what Beth says? Something happens, you thought it was going to be some way, then it becomes another way. It's not what you expected and you don't quite know where to look, what to make it mean, what to do about it. How many of you can relate to what Beth says? Okay, very good. So I want you to consider that there are two different realms human beings operate inside of. There is a realm of what happens. Just the fact. If you were a fly on the wall, you will be able to see what happened. Then there is another realm. Uniquely human. Only human beings have access to that realm because of language. It is a realm of the interpretation about what happened. Or another word you could use is a story we make up about what happened. Now, extremely powerful as long as you remember that your interpretation or the story you make up about what happened is not the truth. We are ongoingly collapsing what happened and the story we make up about what happened, and we think they are one and the same. So look at what Beth is saying. She has a client. She's so excited about that client. They make plans. There is probably financial contract signed. And then the client doesn't call. What happened? Maybe she wasn't good enough. How many of you recognize many things that you quite often tell yourself? The only thing that happened in that deal with Beth and her client is what? The fact. He did not call. Everything else about she must have made a mess, she must have not been good enough, he must have found somebody else is what? The story. And who is making up that story? She is, right? And that story will then reinforce the what happened, and you are now stuck in the vicious circle over and over and over again. Her interpretation is actually a possible interpretation, isn't it? And there is a multitude of other interpretations you could come up with. The deal was going so well, for example, the client didn't think he needed to call her. But the point I want you to get is that if you can relate to your interpretation as interpretation and not the truth, look at your life. What would then make possible for you?